What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Hope all you had a wonderful day. It has been a long day. My day started today at 8 o'clock this morning and it just ended at 9 o'clock. Like tonight. I am super tired. Um, but yeah, it was still a good day. It was a long day, but it was a good day. It was a productive day. Very productive. Um, a lot of good things happened today that I'm happy about, so can't complain. Um, But getting into this episode of GH, actually, before I even get into this episode, so according to Variety, GH apparently is not planning to recast the Jason Morgan role anytime soon. So at this moment, Jason's presumed dead until further notice. At this point, um, I was hoping that they would have recast it, but you know what? It is what it is. The cast is pretty packed. Laura's coming back in a couple of days. So it's pretty, the cast is pretty packed in. So, it is what it is. We just got Drew back, so whenever they decide to bring Jason back, it'll happen. So anyway, getting into this episode, I enjoyed this episode. I do not freaking blame some of these characters. I don't. Because like I said yesterday, Portia, when she catered the food, I think that was yesterday's episode or the day before, but when she catered Thanksgiving, I wasn't mad at that because who the hell want to do all that cooking? So I'm not mad at Alexis. Alexis ordered Thanksgiving food from the Noodle Buddha, whatever they call that damn place. Um, what the hell is this? Yeah, from the Noodle Buddha or whatever. She had ordered food from there. I don't blame her for ordering takeout, cause all that cooking and all that, no, nope, absolutely not. Slaving over no stove for 2 3 days, nope, that's out. Maybe another Thanksgiving, maybe, but not this year. Absolutely not. Um, I am super glad though that Alexis has her eyes wide open when it comes to Esme, and she told Sean she don't trust that girl, and I don't blame her. She do not trust that girl. Spencer was getting on my nerves when Valentine came in and stuff like that. He was really annoying trying to say, "Oh, Valentine, you're not even a real Cassadine," and I'm like, "Boy, if you only knew, he really is a Cassadine. He's your family. Um, he may not be your uncle, but he's definitely your cousin. So y'all are fam." Spencer, he just refused. You could tell he's a Cassadine. He just won't let no feud go. His hatred of Ava, his hatred of Valentine, he's not letting that go. That's just who he is. That's the family he was born to. They don't let that, they don't let nothing slide. So I expected nothing less when Valentine walked in. I expected Spencer to have an attitude. Um, so of course Alexis had to try to calm them down and get control of the situation. Now she gets another knock at the damn door. It's Ava and Nicholas. I was like, what the hell y'all doing up in here? I mean, it was nice of them to bring a pie, and come by and bring a little dessert or whatever, because they thought Alexis was going to be by herself for Thanksgiving. Um, so of course, once Nicholas saw everybody who was there, he was like, yeah, Thanksgiving at Windermere ain't looking so bad right about now. I said, exactly. All the people who don't like your ass are in that room. Sean up in there, Valentine up in there, Spencer up in there, all the people who don't like you, they all in that room. So you might want to tuck tail and run. So Ava had to bring up Julian. I'm like, Ava, why are you bringing up Julian? Why? I understand that's her brother, but bringing up Julian is a touchy subject for Alexis. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't bring him up. Do not. Don't do that. I know some people. I've seen some comments on Twitter where people are saying, "Oh, Alexis was being an old, hag or being rude or whatever." To Ava and everybody, to Ava and Nicholas and stuff like that. I mean, you might take it that way, but I think it's a little rude and insensitive to be bringing up some dude who she had a lot of good times with and a lot of bad times with. I mean, this dude held a knife to her throat. You know what I'm saying? Symbolic of how her mother died with the same knife that killed her mother. I understand he was being blackmailed to do it, but still, you know what I mean? That will never leave her brain. All the things Julian did will never leave her psyche. She can't erase those things. So I don't think she wants to be reminded of him, especially not now. So I think Ava should have just kept that little Julian thought to herself. Like, now is not the time to bring him up. Um, so Alexis gets another shock when her uncle Victor pops up at the door. And mind you, Victor, he didn't even wait for an invite into the house. He just walked his ass up in there. I'm like, excuse me, sir. No, you stand your ass outside the door until I say come in. If I don't say come in, you stand there until I do. That's how that works. Um, so pretty much everybody started bickering and stuff like that because Victor made it abundantly clear, like, he wanted the family to unite. He wanted the Cassadines to be a united front, stop all the bickering and being separate and stuff like that, being divided. He said, no, we need to come together. Alexis was not here for it because she was like, you're the last freaking person on earth who should be trying to bring us together. And I understand where she's coming from. But Victor has his reasons for wanting them all to be a united front. And of course, Valentine revealed that Victor was his biological father, which makes him a Cassadine. Of course, Spencer wasn't happy about it because he didn't believe it. I'm like, well, I don't believe it either until I see a DNA. Because I don't believe what went down in the bedroom between Victor and Helena until I see some paperwork. But until such time, that's what it is. Victor has his reasons though for the Cassadines uniting because he told them that something or someone is coming after them, that they need to be prepared, I guess, for what's coming after them. I'm like, what is with this cryptic, vague talk that he keeps doing? Because he did it before, where he told Valentine when they were in Greece that he needs to see the bigger picture. What is the bigger picture? Like, what is going on and why is he not saying what it is? Like, who's coming after the family? Like, he seems like, you know, he needs protection or he needs them all to come together to fight what's coming after them. So whatever's coming after them must be huge and it must be bad for him to want to unite the family instead of dealing with this on his own. So I'm like, sir, you need to get to talking and tell people what's the 411. Like, what is really going on here? So anyway, moving on from that. I enjoy Dante and Sam. I really do. I enjoy them because at first I was, like I told y'all, I was apprehensive about them becoming a potential couple. I'm here for it. I'm glad that they had their first sex scene and stuff like that. I'm happy for them. You know, they finally got over that hurdle and took it to the next level. And I love how respectful Dante is being of Sam. You know, he didn't want to, he kept trying to make sure he wasn't overstepping, like he wasn't doing something that she wouldn't want. But she made it abundantly clear. She said, no, I want this. You know, and he was worried about what the kids might think when they wake up in the morning and see him. She was like, we ain't got to worry about that right now. She was like, we gonna set the alarm and you just gonna sneak out early before they get up. And I really want to respond to somebody who wrote in my comments. Don't get me wrong, I get what you were saying about Sam and stuff like that. I get it. But I feel like there was nothing wrong with Sam not telling Danny right now that Jason is dead. Because mind you, it's still Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? Why would she want to ruin her kids' Thanksgiving by telling them such devastating news? And mind you, it's news that she's still processing. Some people, think that she doesn't care. Sam does care. But it's a different kind of care. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's grieving in her own way. Mind you, she grieved that man the first time she thought he died. They broke up a year ago. She grieved that relationship. You know what I'm saying? So I think she's doing a different kind of grieving. Just because she's not breaking down, hysterically crying and stuff doesn't mean she don't give a damn. And I don't see nothing wrong with her waiting until the next day to tell Danny. Like when Dante came downstairs on yesterday's episode, he told her that the kids were sleeping. Why would she go upstairs and wake Danny up on Thanksgiving to tell him your dad's gone? No, that can wait till the morning. You know, let him have his night, his Thanksgiving and stuff like that. Let him have his holiday. Let him sleep. You know what I mean? Tell him that can wait until the morning. I saw nothing wrong with that. I don't know. Like I said, everybody's opinion or how they, their perspective is different. I'm not saying nobody's wrong in how they see things or what, you know what I mean? I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, for me, personally, I didn't see anything wrong with it. With her waiting to tell him. It's not like she's waiting a month, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. She's telling him, but it's not going to be that night. And I don't see anything wrong with that. Um, so yeah, I'm here for Dante and Sam, being a couple. I like them together. They got the chemistry to me. Again, everybody's opinion and perspectives are different, so I'm just giving mine. I like them together. You know what I mean? I could definitely see them having a great relationship in the future. So anyway, moving on from that. Hopefully Olivia, I see Olivia is turning, she's having a turning point with Ned. Ned was even shocked that Olivia has no issues with him preparing to do some battle with Valentine over ELQ. He was shocked by that she had no issues with it. And I hope it continues because I don't want to hear about this a few weeks from now, a day from now, that she's angry with him because, oh, you're putting ELQ above family. His only child is grown. It's not like he's neglecting his husbandly duties and stuff like that in favor of business. You know what I'm saying? But, he has to protect his family legacy. On the other hand, for me, like I said before, I don't see a problem with Valentine being CEO. If I'm a shareholder in a company and the CEO is making me a fortune, leave him be. You know what I'm saying? Like, why break? Why try to fix what ain't broken? He making y'all money, so what's the issue? You don't see Monica tripping about it. But I know Edward would be rolling in his grave to know that a Cassadine is the CEO of his company. I know he ain't happy about that, but it's like, what can you do? I just hope that Ned treads lightly on this, and we don't have to deal with no more issues between him and Olivia for at least for the time being, because I'm burnt out with them and their marital spats over nothing. I love the scene with Monica and Drew and stuff like that. Drew is pretty much just trying to figure out where he fits in. He's been gone from Port Charles for some time now. He's trying to figure out where does he fit in Port Charles. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, I hope they didn't bring him back to try to get back with Sam or nothing like that. I hope not. I'd rather Drew move on with his life romantically. You know what I'm saying? Get with somebody else. There's other eligible ladies out there. They can find somebody for him. But I'm glad he moving back into the mansion and stuff, and he was liking the the remodel of the mansion and all that. And Monica, it was hard for her to take them pictures down from the mantle. When she had to do the remodel and stuff, she always wanted to keep those pictures up there. But ain't nothing wrong with sprucing up your house and stuff. You got to. You don't want it to be looking all old and crusty now. Get it together. I swear, BLQ was about to put her foot in her mouth when Matt walked up. When Matt approached her Chase when they was talking. BLQ thought that Mac was there because he was asking questions he wanted to talk about Valentine. So BLQ assumed that he was there to charge her with fraud. And Mac was looking at her like, what the hell are you talking about? Fraud for what? What fraud? I said, BLQ, be quiet for he lock you up. Be quiet. Stop jumping to conclusions and let that man finish his sentence before you say something that's going to incriminate you. And for future reference, I wish that she would consult a lawyer before she starts talking. Because you never know. Valentine just might come at her for fraud. So I think she should go contact the lawyer to get ahead of all of this before he does so. So that way her lawyer is prepared. I'm just saying. But Mac basically was there because Valentine filed a complaint against Chase for punching him in the face. I was like, damn, I knew that was going to come back on Chase because there was no way in the world Valentine was going to let him slide on that. No way. But I also couldn't blame Mac for suspending Chase for 6 months. I said, damn, 6 months though? Like, Chase literally just got back on the job and now he's suspended. I'm like, what the hell he's supposed to do for 6 months if he can't be a detective for that long? Moonlight as a bartender or something? Like, what is he supposed to do? I guess he's gonna have to figure it out. Maybe, Chippendales, some strip joint is hiring. I don't know. He better figure it out. He better call Brando and find out what side jobs he be doing because you need an income, bro. You suspended. But I can't blame Mac for doing his job because Valentine could easily, file a lawsuit against the PCPD because it was an unprovoked punch. Like Valentine did not physically provoke him, so Chase was in the wrong, so I can't be mad at Mac for doing his job. As chief of detectives or acting commissioner, he had to do what he had to do. But I still feel bad for Chase though, because he just got that damn job back. I was like, damn, Chase. So anyway, moving on from that, I am so freaking happy though that Britt and Carly's conversation didn't go the way I thought it was gonna go, because I'm glad that this time around Carly maintained some decorum. Had a little class to her. She wasn't acting no total fool, whatnot. But she did admit though it's hard for her to be generous or forgiving or whatever, because that's not her first instinct when it comes to people who she feels has wronged her and stuff like that. I get it, but Carly needs to work on that, because you are 50 years old. You need to work on that. Like, going crazy on people for no reason. Like, she really need to calm down with that foolishness. But that's just Carly though. At this point, I don't think Carly really ever gonna change or grow up, because she's been like this for decades. And it's like, if you 50, 51 years old, you still act how you did 20 years ago, crazy, you ain't never gonna change. You are who you are. You know what I mean? It doesn't make it right, but Carly is who Carly is. You can always trust Carly to be Carly. I just hate that Britt is blaming herself for this, and I wish that she would stop. Like, you are not at fault with, for what happened to that man. You know what I mean? Like, she really need to stop that. She is not to blame for this. I don't give a damn what Carly said. She's not to blame. She's not. And she need to stop that. But I'm glad at that moment, though, they united and stuff. I wish that they would stop doing it on that bridge. I'm just saying, that's Robin and Jason's bridge. Get off that bridge. Get off that bridge. That is not your bridge. So anyway, moving on from that. I love the scene with Sonny and Spinelli. I really did. I'm glad that Sonny was nice to Spinelli, because y'all already know over the years Sonny has not been that kind to that man. He really had little to no patience for Spinelli. So I'm glad that, they hugged and he told Spinelli about what happened. Sonny was being very realistic about the situation, because he told Spinelli, he was like, listen, in the line of work that we do, ain't no guarantee that you're going to come home every day. And I'm glad he said it, because it's so true. Like, some people have this weird reality about what the mob is, or that dangerous lifestyle and stuff. And I'm glad Sonny broke it down. He was like, listen, I'm paraphrasing. I ain't saying what he really said, but, every day that you walk out that door, you don't know if you're going to walk back through that door and see your loved ones again. You don't know. Look what happened to him a year ago on that bridge. He thought he was going there just to kill Julian and come back home. It didn't work out that way. You know what I'm saying? Luckily for him, he didn't die. But there's no guarantees in life. Even if you're not in the mob, every day walking out your front door is a chance. It's a risk. With all these crazy shootings and kidnappings and everything going on right now, the spike in crime, it's a blessing to walk in and out your house, to walk out that door, go to work, go wherever you got to go, shopping or whatever. It's a blessing to turn around and be able to come back home. Not everybody gets that. Some people get shot by stray bullets for no reason. Things happen that are beyond our control. So I like this scene. I really did, because it was realistic. Sonny was keeping it 100. But the war is definitely heating up though between him and Cyrus. And that's pretty much what he wanted from Spinelli. He wanted Spinelli to look into Cyrus to see what Cyrus is up to in that prison. Because we all know that prison does not contain Cyrus. He still has money. And we all know money is power. So as long as he got a lot of money at his disposal, he got power. And we all know that he can get at anybody from behind prison walls. So I don't blame Sonny for wanting to keep tabs on him, see who he talking to, what he's up to, phone calls. Like, what is he doing? That's smart. Stay a step ahead of his ass. Because Cyrus is smart and he's calculating. So Sonny got to be smarter. You know what I'm saying? You have to. You got to be, on top of your enemy. You definitely have to. But I enjoyed this episode. This was pretty good. Hit the comment section. Let me know what y'all thought about it, and I will see you all later. Hope you all have a wonderful night. See you later. Peace.